Okay, this one is called The Reason Why Arguments Mean So Much to the Narcissist. The narcissist uses the arguments as a way to groom their victim. You notice the narcissist argues in an irrational, kiddie way, like they going into the argument ready to use banana peels, ready to cheat, ready to deflate gate, ready to play fair, unfair, they ready to scam, like they coming into the argument ready to fight you. You know, they want you to bring a knife to the gunfight, of course, but they going into the argument ready to win at all costs. And they're gonna use irrationality. They're gonna argue like a child. And see, overall, when you deal with somebody that argues like that all the time, you learn to kind of give them that spoiled brat teenager syndrome type of mentality, and they take the whole relationship from there. They're like, okay, the way I argue with this person and act irrational and crazy, I'm gonna do something irrational and crazy. But they started with the arguments. You see what I'm saying? All the arguing and stuff creates the trauma bond. It's like once they get you with these toxic arguments that you're always trying to win, that you always feel like in some kind of way you might win one day, you'll never win these arguments. But these toxic arguments is like they go to, like a narcissist could stay out all night and they want to argue. They can do this and want to argue. They feel like no matter what they do, as long as they draw you into these little, emotional, trauma bonded, little crazy arguments, then within the argument, they can say, okay, let's be friends. Or within the argument, they can say, I'm gonna cut you off, you overreacted. They use that toxic little argument where y'all go back and forth as a way to either patch up and act like, hey, I'm gonna relieve you, I'm not gonna feed you breadcrumbs no more, I'm gonna just give, after this great argument, we're gonna have sex. Or they could use the argument to say, hey, you know what, see, I told you so, I'm gone for 3 weeks. So the argument is they go to, it grooms you. That's why they always wanna do it. But you gotta learn to just stay away from the arguments and have clarity. The narcissists know they ain't got you no more once you stop arguing. But the narcissists, they create the trauma bond by all that irrational arguing. The irrational arguing leads to how they treat you and how they do everything. You wonder why these people wanna argue all the time. Why does this person feel like they have to have a patent argument every day because they grooming you through the arguments? They know you'll do anything to win one of them arguments. You know, they might do something crazy and then start the fake argument with you. You get ready to argue and they say, no, it's okay. You won the argument. I was wrong. Like they use the arguments as a way to kind of get you sidetracked on what you're really even there for. Knowing that the little stuff that they do, you don't even need to argue about it. The little stuff they do, man, ain't even worth arguing. You know, have a narcissist ever did something wrong and they think you fit to argue and it's like, nah, this ain't worth an argument. That's because they so used to look, get sidetracked with this argument. You know, with these arguments, I make them hard for you to win. Join this argument where it's going to be an uphill battle for you, no matter what happened. That way, I can control it. Stay away from the arguments. It's full of gaslighting and grooming.